Did you know that some people wait until their kids are able to go to pre-K or kindergarten to start teaching them stuff? Wow, I can't believe that, because by the time your kid turns 3, their brain has already developed about 70%, and by the time they turn 4, about 80%. So if you wait until they're 4 years old to go to school, then you've missed out on 80% of their brain development. So I figured, let's not do that, and I started with my first, where we started schooling her from birth. So at 4 years old, she knows 4 languages so far. And it started with what we were doing when I was pregnant. I started speaking to her in Spanish every day when we were pregnant. And I found out her baby ears were developing and she could recognize my voice. So I duplicated that process with my second. And so we started working on her sign language the day she was born. And so in our morning routine, I have us implementing, practicing how to sign mommy, because I want to be the first thing she signs. Yes, she signs yes, but I can't tell if it's the moral reflex sometimes still popping in. So here we are practicing mama, mama. Mama, 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 mama. Lately, my 4-year-old has been crying about going to school. She wants to go to boring public school. And I call it boring because, well, I went there and it was not as fun as what we'd be doing. So I said, all right, well, what do you like about school? She said she wanted to ride the school bus and play with her friends. And I'm like, we do stuff with our co-op and our peer groups all the time. So I decided to implement story time. We read books like every day, but I decided to make them sit in their special chairs in the same place, like circle time, when you go to pre-K, to give my 4-year-old a sense of routine and help build my baby's attention span. So, of course, because this is the multilingual micro school, world schooling environment, we have to make sure we're incorporating ASL and Spanish when possible, and of course English, obviously. But sometimes we read stories in Spanish, sometimes we use sign language only, and today I can see that the baby's sleepy before story time, so this story is going to put her right out. She already had breakfast, she played a little bit, now it's time for her to read and go to sleep.
Here we go.
Old hat.
New hat.
New hat. Can you show me old? Old. Old. How you do hat? Good. Hat. Old hat.
Hat. Old hat.
New.
New.
Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on my left hand. Down. Left. Back. Yeah. Right hand. Scoop it up. Okay, I gotta do it backwards for you. New. So, new hat. Old hat. New hat. Let's see what this is about.
Old hat.
Someone gifted us like 100 books, and a lot of them were Dr. Seuss or similar authors. And it's good for my oldest to practice reading, and it's fun for me to read to them something simple and consistently on the same wavelength, I guess. I don't know what else to say about that. But yeah, you get what I mean by the rhythmic nature of those books. So when the baby goes down for her nap, we take a little break for my oldest to do her homeschool stuff, and I do some work for my business, maybe editing some videos, or depending on the day, I'll be teaching a lesson in between around nap time too. To say just right, it would be like this, okay? So you take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, match it. It means match or be like a perfect fit. You see how? No, that means something different. When you go like this means football. This is wrestling. Bend your fingers. It's just right.
This is my first time at school.
Old hat. Oh, new hat. Old hat.
New hat. old hat.
Libro, all done.
Wait, I haven't.
Libro, all done.
Wait, I haven't get to see the final part.
It was nothing back there. It was just plain. You said
Wait.
new hat, hat, and it's the same.
Yeah, that's fun. Oh.
All right.
Let's
get you down for a nappy nap. Nap.
Can I get a cough shop?
No. You gonna put this on a bookshelf? Okay. Let's get you down for your nap. Homeschooling, world schooling is exhausting, but one of the things I'm most grateful for is being in control of their schedule. And maybe we want to play inside and do something loud because at nighttime we can't because people are downstairs and it's going to annoy them. But maybe during the daytime when all the other kids are in school, we can go to the park or we can go play in the backyard or something. And I love stuff like that because we get to have more control of our day. It's not stuck on a specific schedule, but we have a consistent routine. And it might mean riding around in the house and burning off energy before we go outside. For a while, I was dealing with postpartum depression, so I decided to start getting outside more for at least 20 minutes a day to work on that. And in doing so, I started having more fun with my kids. And I mean, I already was having fun with them before, but even with rolling around in the grass like a kid, it reminded me of what I learned when I was working with deaf-blind students. So most people teach their kids that there are 5 senses, but they forget about the other ones. So yes, you have your regular ones like sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch, but you also need to know about proprioception, which is body awareness, your vestibular sense. That one is why I was rolling around in the grass. Interoception, that's being aware of what's happening inside your body. Thermoception is when you can feel hot and cold. Nociception is when you can feel pain. And chronoception is feeling that your time is passing, like you've been outside for quite a while. And a spell is your equilibrioception. I forgot how you say it, but that's working on your balance. So even with going from crawling on the grass and touching it, feeling it with your touch, like your hand sense, but also when you're transitioning.
Hi, baby. Oh, Mom. Can you please get out of the trying to get to a picture. Today's her first 6 months picture. Getting her one. Can she sit down?
You ready? Okay, I'm gonna do 3. En la gran habitación verde hay un teléfono, un globo rojo y un cuadro
Which one's yours? This one? My left hand? This one's my left hand.
de una vaquita que salta sobre la luna. Buenas noches, ruidos. Buenas noches, tierra. Libro, orden. Libro, orden. Aquí estoy. ¡Mua! Besitos. Besitos.